With the way it's been going, what are the prospects?
Well, what is important is for it to move forward, and so far it has still moved forward. But there, of course, we know that the first issue that was contested was the timeline. Timelines are very important, and we are very happy that the majority of the voting members present have expressed their preference that the timeline, a deadline for the technical working group to submit its proposal or report to the mother committee be made. This is also a preview that it is going to be probably a contested bill in the future. And all the more, I think the champions and the advocates should see this as a challenge to convince those that remain worried about the passage of the FOI bill, as well as get their support as much as possible. And so we are happy with the outcome of today's hearing, and we hope that given the timeline given, we should be able to see the technical working group forthwith be constituted and go ahead with the task. But just to note also finally that the fear about so many bills to be consolidated is not well founded, in the sense that while there are about 19 to 20 bills pending before the committee, many of these bills are very close to each other already. There are only 4 major versions, and there are individual provisions from other bills, but these are already very close to each other.
But you could also see already this early the lines being drawn on several issues. For example, a proposal to exclude the SALN, to exempt the SALN from
well, yes, we were able to speak to the main proponent of that provision, and we still, in our discussion, I think part of the position that Representative Antonino Nadres expressed is only to the extent that it will disclose what she believes is personal information protected by privacy. I believe that given the clear mandate of the Constitution as well as RA 6713, it is very clear that it is not the entirety of the SALNs that can be excluded from access. And we have expressed openness to explore ways by which the concern of Representative Antonino Nadres with respect to maintaining certain very personal information, possibly coming under the ambit of protection of privacy, be considered. And we hope to be able to come up with some mutually acceptable formulation.
Is February acceptable?
Oh yes, and of course the next step with that is for the committee to finally to take consideration of the technical working group report. That's another hurdle, and then so that it goes to the mother committee. We have to take note that the FOI champions expression of interest to have a clear timeline is precisely because we know it's going to be presidential elections, and if this goes down the wire again, we are almost certain that it will not pass if it is not passed within a reasonable time period. And so this is a very real debate that happened today with respect to the intent also of the champions to really push this. But at the same time, it also gives us a preview that there might be continued resistance to the passage of this measure.
Thank you, sir.